welcome back to the channel. In this video I will be showing you my version of Hadouken build for mobiles. With this it should be a bit easier to play this build with a mobile, but let's just go straight to the skills. In skills we have every single same skill as the Hadouken or the Broken Monk build, using Flying Kick, Shield of Zen, Mystic Strike, Wave Strike and of course Fist of Thunder. The only difference here is going to be on the essences. So let's go over the essences and the set items. But let's start with the set items. On the set items we're using Gloom Goods price for piece because that gives us 15% damage increase and 22.5% critical hit chance for 3 seconds after dashes, and we do have a lot of dashes. Basically everything except Wave Strike is a dash, so this should be up basically all the time, or at least all the time we are fighting, and the 22.5% critical hit chance is really good on PvP. Now the other one is going to be V2's Urge. We definitely need the first piece to get the 30% beneficial duration increase, and the 30% attack speed is also really good. If you really want to, you could swap the fourth piece for 2 pieces of mountebanks, but I highly recommend using this version if you want to be the assassin style this build is supposed to be. Now moving on to the essences, the Shield of Zen essences are all the same. Intervening Love, that gives you a dash, which is really nice, and it gives you 7.2% cooldown reduction, and highly recommend having Awaken slot here if you have Awaken abilities. Ease and Clarity, and again hopefully you have 1 Awaken slot here so you can have maximum duration on Ease and Clarity and the shield, so 40% movement speed for 4 seconds. And if you do have V2's 2 awakening slots in the main hand and in the chest, then you should slap on Pensive Crown to finish the Shield of Zen and have 100% uptime, or almost 100% uptime with a 40% movement speed, which is huge. And again Fate Align, just to increase our damage every time after we do use Mystic Strike, and we start off with the Mystic Strike, follow up with Flying Kick or Wave Strike that increases the Flying Kick or Wave Strike damage by 57%, which is quite huge. And we have Traveling Skull. This is the different version, but this is for the mobile, and this is the only thing you basically need to aim. This knocks enemies on AoE around you where you land after the dash, instead of giving a little stutter to everything you dash through. This helps to play this build if you play with a mobile, and it's actually pretty good because it has a longer reach, which means you can reach people that are further away, or you can run away a bit easier. Now if you don't get interrupted with this ability, this doesn't go through stuff, so if there is walls, pillars and stuff, you don't go through them, compared to the other version, the Branding Bond, that will go through stuff. So remember that you just can't go through with this. And then we have Reticent Wind, that makes us invisible after we use Mystic Strike, which makes landing stuff after a bit easier. Now if you have more awakening slots, because Mystic Strike has a long cooldown, I highly recommend having 2 awaken slots in the offhand and in the shoulders, so you can have that cooldown off from the Mystic Strike. That will greatly increase the potential of this build, and it makes the build a bit funnier because you don't have to wait that Mystic Strike that long. And with the Wave Strike we are using Unshakable Weight instead of the Unyielding Doctrine, because again this is made for mobile, and that 29% Wave Strike range increase is quite huge for this build if you are playing with a mobile. And lastly we are also using Will Blow, of course, just to get that Wave Strike to be a light beam, laser beam, whatever you want to call Hadouken or whatever. And that is all the essences. I will quickly go through the combos and what paragons you need to use, and then I have some gameplay footage. Alright, let's go quickly over the combos you should also be using with this build. So naturally you would like to have the Shield of Zen, movement speed and everything up. Now, one little thing you can do is start off with Fist of Thunder to Flying Kick. Now this is not the combo you want to use more often. This is after you used all the combos and you just freestyling. But when you start the combos, I highly recommend using Traveling Scald instead of the Fist of Thunder. As in the other build, we're using Fist of Thunder first, but with the mobile version, we are using Traveling Scald first, because, of course, using Fist of Thunder first with mobile is quite hard when there are more enemies than just one. So, we start with Traveling Scald. And now the enemy will be knocked away, so you need to Fist of Thunder afterward, because you're gonna be about this far away. And then you Fist of Thunder to enemy, then you can just tap your Wave Strike. You don't need to aim it, you just tap it. Because now you Fist of Thunder to enemy, the enemy is the closest target to you. So you can just tap the ability, then you continue with few primary attacks with Fist of Thunder, and then again you just tap your Flying Kick to extend the combo. And then you might want to get a little bit closer to the enemy. If the knock wasn't far, you come back a little bit. If it went a little bit further away, you take one step closer to them, continue dealing your damage with your Fist of Thunder, and then either use Wave Strike once again, or continue with the Mystic Strike. Now, of course, Mystic Strike has a 3 seconds cooldown on every target, so you might want to be aware of that, and you might just want to stay on invisibility sometimes after this combo, just to check what the enemy is doing, how much HP it has, is there more targets, and what you should do next. But generally start off with Mystic Strike, Fist of Thunder, Wave Strike, Flying Kick, and then you can use Wave Strike again or Mystic Strike depending what you want to do. And now the Paragon tree. On the Paragon tree, I highly recommend using Warden. You can use Champion if you feel like you can survive for a long duration. I don't personally like Champion because once you do die, you lose every aspect of the Champion. You need to be big well to use it. But with Warden, we are a lot more tankier than we normally would be, and with the assassin build we don't have that much tankiness, or we do a little bit, but this gives us a nice shield.
もう持たない。まだ力が溜まっていないぞ。